Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Senpai. How you doing? Hope you guys are having a good Thursday. Spill Paint Pot, what's going on, man? What's happening? We are going to jump in and start painting some minis. That's all we're doing. That's what we're doing today. We're going to see if we can't finish these Night Lords vehicles today. So, welcome in, guys. Yeah, just chilling today. Some dark neutral gray. Some highlights on all the black. There's not a lot of black on these minis, so just a minor part. We're gonna do some highlights on red, and then I don't think we're highlighting the silver at all, if I remember correctly, but I can always take a look. I have an example mini here. Hobby ADHD, how you doing today? Welcome in. I'm doing well. Yeah. Hope you are as well. Just chilling and painting. Kind of just hoping GW releases another article today, and preferably one that has something to do with Horus Heresy. That's what my Thursdays revolve around. Apparently one of my statues sold. Oh, nice. All right. Are you getting I remember you saying like it's at your local store, right? That's been selling them or something, or a store local to you. Are you getting a like, are you making the money from the sale, or are you just selling them directly to the store? How is that working? Heavy ODST, welcome. How you doing? Short night, but the baby's good. Finished organizing Hobby Space. Yeah, Hobby Space looks really good. Assignment. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you just make the money when something's sold then. Yeah. I'm doing really well. Yeah. Having a good day today. We're just putting some highlights on these tanks. What's Lenovo advertising to me? It's on tablet. They do well, they can buy them outright. Okay, nice. Well, good luck with that. The statues are gorgeous, by the way. Like, it's insane work. Incredible work on there. What's up, T Slayer? How you doing, man? We were chilling in our what are we calling it? Our Patreon hangout last night. It was a lot of fun. Had some new faces, so it was nice to meet some new people in person and to be able to say hi in chat. It was a lot of fun. Contracted for a convention exclusive statue. That's crazy. Yeah, I know someone who started printing those statues like years ago, and they asked if I wanted to paint them, and I was like, "This is, it is beyond me." try to figure out how to paint those things. It's pretty crazy. Keep forgetting these power cables here. Working on a Norn Emissary. Nice. Nice. Yeah, you do always miss. It's alright. You got other things going on. Just fun times of a new person joining in and someone else thinking it was an AI voice and not a real person. So, said person may have been under the influence a bit. I get so much DTOP to work on. Yeah, I bet you can. Yeah. Yep. Just like a crazy amount of surface area to work with, which I can see as being, you know, really nice for being detail oriented, but also really miserable for like my need to actually finish a model and not spend a ton of time on a single thing. But man, they look so good though. You do a great job on those. We're gonna find the link to join usually. So if you're a member of the Patreon, you are able to link your Patreon account to Discord, to your Discord account. If you link those two, you will open up a couple channels in the Discord server. One of those being just our Patreon Discord like chat channel, like text channel or whatever, and the other one being the voice chat. And so I'll send a reminder to everybody, you know, Wednesday afternoon or so that we're doing the hangout, and then the hangout's in the voice channel. So that's what we do. Those pigs, nice. Okay. So yeah. If you're in there, then yeah, you'll get a notification. Then it's always at 8:30. I guess it's almost always at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. If we can next time. Yeah, no, that's fine. I get it. Yeah, if you have... I know a lot of people don't keep notifications on for Discord servers and stuff, but I tag everybody in the channel that afternoon to kind of send a reminder. So... Otherwise, I mean, gotta find a way to remind yourself, so you can only do so much. I understand if you don't like getting notifications from channels. I totally get that. Big old picture dump and whips. All right, sweet. I'll go take a look here in a second. Hey, Pirate Gamer, what's up? What's up?
It's cold. And that's what I call high quality H2O.
Alright, get a drink and a bit of a stretch here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Some delicious water. High quality H2O. Oh yeah. Good full body stretch. All right. Let's get back to it. How you doing, Pirate Gamer? Hope we're having a good Thursday. I was hoping that there would be a Heresy Thursday this week. But it's also weird that GW only posted one article for the day. So, I just want to see cool new stuff for Horus Heresy. That's all. Right, Thursday isn't over yet, but You know, it's usually, at this point, it's too late for them to post an article. However, they did only post one article, so still huffing the hopium here, or the copium. I don't know which one it is at this point, but yeah, Middle Earth stuff is cool. Too bad they still haven't released 2/3 of the armies for the game for the new edition. So I can't even play the new edition because my armies are all cooped up in the book that they haven't touched yet. So, you know, just a casual 6 months after the edition came out, no big deal. Not bitter about it or anything. Alright, little highlights on all the black there. I am going to get some red out. Some burnt red. Gonna be honest, guys, I'm pretty tired of the fingernails. I'm a guard player. I know how that feels. Having one codex for multiple editions, yeah. My like main army, quote unquote, in 40k is Dark Eldar, so I feel like the amateurs meme, like that's when it comes to like not getting books or miniatures or anything. That's what I feel like. Yeah, burnt red is great. It's a fantastic color. We're just gonna hit these surfaces with just quick highlights. We're gonna avoid the recesses. Can you get Lady Malice? I don't know. I haven't played 40k in like a year. I play the occasional game like once every couple months with my older brother and his son who just got into it over Christmas. But otherwise, I don't really particularly care for 40k as a game. We'll see. We'll see if I end up getting Lady Malice, but what do you think about Domitar Farum? Yeah, the Iron Circle as elite. I think they're really cool. There is a thing called nail polish remover. Yeah, and I think tomorrow, you know, whatever's left here, I think I'm going to use some nail polish remover and get it off. I don't want to like mess up my fingernails though. Probably won't, but give me a break, guys. I've never done this before. I think they were good as retinue. I don't know if they're like a quality or efficient pick for gameplay, but I don't think Iron Warriors are like lacking for good units. So like I think you have room to bring a thematic unit that might not do a whole lot in game, because all of your units are doing tons of stuff just because of their Legion rule. Next month, try this like 8 times. Yeah, that's what happens. Eventually, you just have to commit. Normally, when I make army list, it revolves around like, is there a mini I don't have painted that I should just go ahead and get done before the game, whether the game is a week from now or a month from now or whatever. I always try to add something new into my army lists. I always want to have a newly painted mini whenever I play a game, pretty much regardless of what game that is. So I have a couple Heresy games coming up this weekend, and that's why I was painting Militia. Finished them I technically finished them on like Monday afternoon, but I finished painting everything on stream on Thursday. It was Monday evening, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Monday evening. I have to call my local store and see if I can't pre-order some Emperor's Children stuff to give away. Heresy models as well. Faction thinking of painting them as Cacaradons. Yeah, that's cool. We were talking about Cacaradons last stream. Yeah, yesterday we were talking about them. Yeah, they work well in the Heresy era equipment. We were talking about why, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with I guess the real life reason why Cacaradons use all that old armor, and it's because the Forge World didn't exist as a game. The Horus Heresy didn't exist as a game when Forge World designed all these old marks of armor. They made them for the Badab War, which was a Forge World supplement that covered a Civil War event, and yeah, the Cacaradons fought in that, but that was supposed to be 1,000 years before the current timeline of Warhammer 40k, and this was before Primaris and all that. But and they're like, yeah, Marines are still commonly using Mark IV, Mark V, Mark II armor and stuff. It's not, not everybody's wearing Mark VII, which is crazy to think of. 9,000 years after the Heresy, still have Marines wearing older marks of armor. That's what they made them for. And then they're like, wait a minute, we could do something with this. Started doing Horus Heresy stuff. Yeah, after the books started coming out, I think. Yeah. A simple highlight on the red, and I think it's lightning bolt time. I'm going to try and possibly fail a bunch of lightning bolts, but we'll try it. Give it the old college try. I think there's some good looking Primaris too. I think the tanks are the dumbest looking thing in 40k, pretty much. But I still have a repulsor. The dreadnoughts look cool. I'm not a huge fan of the dreadnoughts, but they look cool. Some of the veteran units, the Stern Guard and the Blade Guard veteran minis, both look fantastic. But I do have a Primaris army, so don't mistake me for just completely shunning 40k. Like, I have an Ultramarines army. Main tank from Halo. Yeah, the Astraeus is definitely like a Halo copy. Yeah. Hey, Zen, what's going on, man? A little bit of highlights, and then I'm going to be on the lightning and some weathering. Contemptors look better than new dreads. Yeah. Leviathans are the best looking dreadnoughts. I like the box knots. Yeah, I like the old school. The Castiferum. I hope they end up releasing those for 30k. I hope they come out with like an updated Heresy version. That would be cool. Because you can run them in Heresy. They're just like a crappier dreadnought. But not a fan of the Rhino chassis? See, yeah, I like Rhinos. I understand they're not practical or realistic or anything, but there's a good like aesthetic with them. All right. It's a red. You might be the only person not a fan of Rhinos. Okay, so this lightning. If I am getting, let me get this straight here. I'm going to start with, we're going to pick a couple different colors. I'm going to start with dark gray blue. Then we're going to do blue. And then maybe sky blue. And then white blue. That work for lightning? For our highlight colors? I think that's what we're going to do. The Typhon Heavy Siege Tank. I have one of those almost painted. I love the Typhon. It's super cool. Alright, send it. Here we go. Thank you for your approval, Senpai. We're ready. What I don't want to do is overdo it on the lightning. So Krieg horses slower than normal horses? Because Krieg horses aren't horses. That's why. And they don't have hooves. Maybe the hooves make you faster. They're not even tougher. Oh. You'll be busy. That sucks. Yeah, it's like a giant Vindicator. It's really cool. Couple things. Let's see. We'll do 2 here. Just like that. 11, Probably my 6 room. Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. Up to 5 and Feel No Pain. You'd be okay with that? Right. Feel No Pain would be cool on them. Yeah. MCP. I don't know, man. That sounds like a decent day. Having all the meetings sucks, but good luck with your, good luck with the tanks, or not the tanks, the priming. The mini priming. Okay, we got that. Let's, come on. Let's... start with something like that. Yeah. So I want to use the lightning bolts sparingly. That's the key, is not to overdo it. Let's get these rhinos first. Yeah, I'm gonna have to speed run. Yeah. Yeah, and you're gonna bring some. You're gonna bring your paints over and stuff, right? Or at least the minis to paint. I can't believe there's not another another article on the GW site. Hey Yuki, welcome back. They used to have 5+ Feel No Pain. Yeah, yeah. Right, I'll have to. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. We will start at a point. Let's start here. Yeah, Cinderella box, nice, nice. It's going well. That's going well. I hope you're doing well, Yuki. Okay, bit of lightning on the rhino. Yo, Raptor, how you doing? How late were you guys chatting in Discord? This is me being Old Man Yells at Clouds. In fact, apparently Deathcore are the principal Imperial Guard faction on Armageddon. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that Pirate Gamer, but that's kind of lame. Yeah. I'll agree with you on that. I'll jump in on the Old Man Yells at Cloud fact for that. They're local. Okay. That was what, like midnight or later here? Baby mad, the worst kind of mad. Yeah, just finished Death Riders. Nice. Yeah, like I really like the Deathcore Krieg. I think they're super cool. But yeah, I think the whole point of the Guard is that it's like innumerable different, troops and regiments and stuff. So Of upside down lightning there. Screen death of, yeah, just killing Yarick, yeah. It's over the doors. How about that?
Look at me!
Alright, I'm looking. Give me a break. A minute. Gotta find a way to put these. Pull this lightning on.
It's clean. It's cold. And that's what I call high quality H2O.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. Alright, I'll get up and hydrate. No chill today. No chill. This is not camo. These are the start of lightning designs. Alright, let's check our minis here. Check the minis, and then we'll get a drink and we'll stretch. Yeah, they're done. The Death Riders. Nice. Yeah, they look great, man. And your lava bases are always really cool. Yeah, the banners look good, too. Nice. Nice work. Oh, dang. And Senpai here, just like painting most insane statues. Yeah, crazy. Crazy work, dude. We're watching the first Iron Man right now with my son. So he's gonna fight. He's Ironmonger, that's what he's called, right? Alright. Oh. Okay. Varnishing doesn't count? Okay. That's fine, I'll give you that. There's a couple big designs there. Alright, let's get the Predators. These ones lend themselves to like really big designs on the front. Why do you think I'm doing camo on them? These are your tanks. What do you think I'm doing here? You want lightning done or not? You want to do it yourself? Sounds like you want to do it yourself. choice to have 1 in 5 minus spoilers be equipped with better melee? Yeah, yeah. Typically, power axes are the go-to because they're AP2, and the initiative 1 isn't such a big deal if you have like a whole squad. A giant piece of lightning coming out here on the front of it. Our axe are initiative 1. Yeah, they have a rule called unwieldy, so they strike at initiative 1. So the idea is, our axes were a go-to. Just chose to use them. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah. The idea is, you have like the whole squad of basically ablative wounds on your unit, and so you bring the thing that does the most work when you can use them, because it's not like a normal despoiler. Even with the special weapon, can like get into a challenge with units or anything. So, and if you ever happen to charge into something like Terminators, you have an actual way to do damage to them. You're not stuck facing their 2+ armor save the whole time. Initiative 1, but you can't give normal despoilers Thunderhammers. So I don't think you can Power Fist either. I think the Power Axe is the only AP2 option they have. Unless you have some kind of like Special Legion weapon that changes that they're allowed to get. I know from my Thousand Sons, I have special power weapons, like Legion power weapons, but only characters can get them. So unit leaders and independent characters and stuff. Well, no, independent characters can't use them. Only like unit leaders and stuff. What color is this? This is Pearl Curl Blue. I asked stream what I should use, and you weren't here to answer, so... This is what we're using. We sent it. Yep. Yeah, Senpai told me to send it. What I missed? Nothing. I'm just painting blue. You gonna make the lightning look glowy? Maybe. I mean, I guess a little bit. It's gonna have. I'm gonna try to make it look like lightning in a night sky. Kind of the idea, right? Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Let's get the other one. Dot of white at the intersections. Yeah. I have 4 colors out to use, so. Yeah, so my 4 colors, I started with dark gray blue. I'm using blue now. I'm going to use sky blue next. And then I have white blue. But maybe I'll do white blue as a bit of a highlight and then take some white and go through and dot it. But that's the plan. Tuft decoloring and turning their surroundings gray when varnishing. No, that's crazy. I've never seen that. Sounds perfect. Cool. What we do while we paint this, we just kind of randomly wiggle our brush. A couple more. More little lines out here. But the wiggling gives it that cool like lightning effect. I always place tufts before varnishing, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's like Nurgle's matte varnish. Yeah, defined to use Mark 6 arms on Mark 3 bodies. Night Trap, it's probably fine, but I will tell you the Mark 3 set, the newer Mark 3 set, comes with little arm plates to turn the Mark 6 arms into Mark 3 arms. Because it's just like a little bracer plate is the only, that's the only difference between the two, at least on the newer plastics. Jury meeting, dude. Multi-stream on YouTube. Yes, I am streaming on YouTube as well. Roboto could work as a shrapnel cannon? Yeah, I can. That's just the Iron Warriors, the shrapnel cannon. Yeah, I am speaking with Night Trap 1987 on YouTube. Chilling on YouTube right now. No, you're not going. I mean, you might be going crazy. That is not for me to determine. On this other side. It had a lot of paint fumes. Yeah, don't do that. It's not good for you. Yeah, augury scanners are good. Yeah. I don't usually take them, but mainly because I don't have minis modeled with them. But yeah, they're good. Yeah, you put in some work this weekend, Senpai. Yeah. Hey, Misfit. It is still technically morning, so it is here at least. I'll allow it. seen Black K. Oh, God. Okay, we gotta get the front lightning on this. 2 more. Third scale. Oh, wow. Melee knocked him. Welcome in. We're on to the fun part of the mini. Next Rhino, the color blue using. I'm using Pro-Acryl Blue. The little base color on the lightning, you can like barely see. That is dark gray blue. This is the kind of thing that the like super vibrant colors of Pro-Acryl come in handy.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Arnitolog, welcome. Welcome in. How are you doing today? We are putting some lightning on some Night Lord's tanks. Happy you could join us. It's like, I think it's just the back. This whole, like, the side and the back here. Power weapons powered by electricity? I would imagine they are, yeah. Yeah, isn't it normally like a battery pack of some kind? Want to make coffee? All right, all right. Nailed the dry brush. Oh, thanks, Misfit. I appreciate it. Uneven back surface, but I think that's it for the lightning on this one. Yeah, it's getting there. They're looking better, looking better. All right, we got this one. It's just this huge, like 2 huge pieces. Yeah, big front, big back. Key to good lightning is trying to be random with it a little bit, and you got to wiggle your hand back and forth. You got to do.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Harperion, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Add some extra bits and bobs. Hey, what's up, Gosu? Yeah, how you doing, man? Sorry, I see you there. I see you. Add some extra little strands of lightning here. What I like to do is take these angles where it bends, and like it turns away, and we take the other end of it. Sharp turn right there. It seems naturally that's where we'd kind of discharge, but I also don't know the behavior of lightning usually, so it'd just be making that up a whole bunch. It just seems like it would make sense. That's how it works. Tech Thralls as lesser demons. I'm sure you could make it work. The fact that they're like already in 30k and like have rules and stuff, and the miniatures might make it a little confusing. But I think I get where you're going with it, with being Iron Warriors, right? And using them as the lesser demons. Hungover from the steroids, the puffy red face. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's a cruddy morning. still no other Thursday articles, huh? Oh, there is another one. Okay. Huh. All right. Well, there's a second article. So that's probably it. No Heresy Thursday. Hey, Paint Meets Plastic. How you doing? Okay. We are going to use Sky Blue now. Alright, to work even thinner lines on all this. Make them more erratic. Stormtroopers, yeah. Yeah, Night Trap, I think if you change them, yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's always something to, talk to your opponent beforehand. Make sure they're good and they understand everything that's going on. Ultimately, I'm just a dude on the internet who is most likely never going to play a game of Heresy against you, so... Stormtroops for Legion's night, or for Legion, nice. Love the nails, thank you. It's all coming off at this point, but this was a Friday. Last Friday, I did my 12-hour stream, and one of the things we did for meeting our Patreon goal was Patreon got to decide what color I paint my nails, or rather, I have my nails painted. So my wife actually came in and painted my nails for a first stream right at the beginning of it. And it's been staying on for this past week, so okay, yeah, it's looking really good. Yeah, no, I get it, Night Trap. Yeah, I think you can make it work. I don't think it's not possible. I just think and I think that's really cool if you're running Iron Warriors to use tech thralls in that capacity, because man, do they hate demons anyway. So like little technology demons are really cool. Just squiggles. That's all we need. Little squiggly lines. Demon engines or chaos androids, yeah. Yeah. I mean, alternatively, just use them as an allied Mechanicum force. And use them as tech thralls. But again, I think they can work as like lesser demons that you summon in and everything. I don't think that's in poor taste or an issue. So Yeah, thanks, Paints Meets Plastic. Do you have the stormtroopers you're working on? Are they new ones? I don't remember if they've released all the new plastics yet or not. Can't remember if that was a thing yet. I followed Legion enough to know that they have like their releases set through 2027 or whatever, but can't remember what exactly has come out when. We compare to their actual model cost. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're 3 points per mini, right? Oh, the Riot Control ones. So those are new then. Yeah, those are newer minis. All right. Very cool. Yeah, tech thralls are really useful though. Even if they're really like cheap and they don't do much damage and stuff, they can sit on objectives. They sit back and hold objectives just as well as a tactical squad does, but they cost less than a third the amount. Right. We got that lightning. Are the head swaps I posted this morning? Yeah. Order set. Oh, cool. All right. You did the British ones, or did you do the French ones? The British ones. Nice. Yeah, the Brody helmets. All right. Nice. Nice. Good. Flat surface to work on here. Again, we just wiggle the brush back and forth. And at this point, we're just kind of tracing the lines. Even though it works best if it's not, exact. of lighting. Thank you, Typhus. How you doing? Trooper Rick will use standard helmets. Wonder if that will be the French style helmets. That's a cool way of separating them, though. Like, hopefully you can pick them out really easy during a game, and you don't have to do something like color the bases different or something. It's not so blatant that if you ever wanted to use them in squads of 10 or something, you couldn't separate them. Some page. Thank you, Cultured American. It is electrifying, isn't it? That's what I'm going for. How are you guys this morning? Using Pro Acryl Sky Blue at the moment. Oh, your last Cenobite. Nice. That's cool. I have a window open today. Beautiful day out. Sorry, I just hope it doesn't start storming. I think it's supposed to start storming this afternoon. This back door here. Let me paint something else. What's your next thing to paint? This door always comes out this weird texture every time I print this door. Most obvious part about it being a 3D print is this door. Black Grail guys. Okay, Nurgle faction. Cool. Very cool. They're insanely gross. I mean, if you're saying so, I bet they are. Hexmark Destroyer, how'd you think? What have you thinking about, Troy? The Gloctopus. When 10th edition first came out, those things were so broken. It was great. I remember playing Zen a whole bunch, 10th edition, using my Necrons, like an early 10th edition, and it was just basically like, if he wanted to shoot at me, I was going to shoot something back. And it was, the Hexmark Destroyer, and the Hexmark has precision, and it has 6 shots, and hits on 2s, even when it overwatches, and all this stuff. So, like, first turn of the game, he would shoot at me, and, like, he would have to kill something, but it was always like, yep, and his Warlord dies, because I just keep shooting his Warlord. My minis with lights and smoke. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. Get your OSL on. That's really cool. Back here. All right. Yeah, lightning, and just to give an idea. Yeah, it looks cool. All right, we're gonna get some white blue down, and we're gonna do another highlight. We want to see if that'll be all the highlights we need or not. Yeah, definitely, I do want to see a pic. I am going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. Yes, they are. Alright, I'm back. Yep, these are 30k Night Lords tanks, Cultured American. Right. Yeah, white blue looks good. Let's get the other turret. Tank needs some skin banners. I agree. I don't have any skin banners for it though. That one is going to be up to Zen. More than likely, these are tanks I'm just going to blow up. I'm not the one fielding these. There's 2 Rust tanks next. Yeah, there you go. You got anything special with your Rust tanks, or are they just like plastic 40k Russes? Are there any like specific Krieg bits and or legs that you choose to put on them? I'm particularly interested in that. Trying to do very thin with this white blue. Thin and squiggly. Standard Rust and Camo Paint. Okay, nice, nice. All right, lightning. Pile of dust with Forge World parts on them. Oh, Destroyer. Oh, Destroyer's so cool. The Stug of 40k. Maybe those will come in plastic mini form. $30k one day. They have rules for them. They're in the Solar Auxilia. Yeah, camo scheme's nice. Big screaming skeleton heads on the Night Lord's tanks. Yeah, that might work too. Yeah, I think Zen has some transfers, so you could probably put some transfers on him. I don't know if he's gonna choose to decorate them anymore or not, but that'll be up to him. We're just doing kind of the basic paint scheme. This front to get. Is a Baneblade trend? Nice. I'll have a Baneblade one of these days. good. Too many paint challenges, yeah. GW commission a full-scale Baneblade. Isn't that the, was it the P-1000, the Panzer 1000, the Rat? Basically a Baneblade. Put naval guns on a 1,000-ton tank. Oh, the mouse. Yeah, yeah. No, the mouse was a 100-ton tank. No, the P-1000 was a concept. They never built them. There were just designs for the P-1000. Yeah, it's a different one. Yeah. Two different tanks. King Tiger was terrifying enough. Yeah. King Tiger proved that tanks are worthless if the enemy has air superiority. Borderline worthless. It will be magnetized, so I can use it in any of the 8 variants. That's awesome. That's a lot of magnetizing, but that's awesome. Can you make all the variants out of one set? Or do they have it separated into a couple different boxes? Laser gun for that. The rest is all one plastic kit. Okay. Okay, wow. Not bad at all. I know there is a plasma variant of the Baneblade. I can't remember its name or if it's included in what box set. Yeah, I did see the lizards, the runic drakes. They're cool looking, and the corsairs are getting their ballista. It's funny they keep mentioning all this stuff coming. They've been mentioning this stuff for 5 months now and haven't released any of it, including rules for most of the factions of the game. Could you imagine 40k where they're like, "Hey, we have we're gonna release Space Marines and Tyranids since they're in the starter box. The rest of the armies, we're gonna release an index for all you guys at a later date." And it taking like 6 months for that to do, for that to come out. Yeah, no, they're gonna release a book that they're charging everybody with all the rules. No, the army rules are different. Yeah, they have updated rules for all the factions coming soon. TM, like. Yeah, Earraptor, what I'm saying is, what if they said they were going to release the index for all the factions, and then they didn't release the indexes for the factions for like 6 months? That's what I'm saying, is if they just didn't. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the episodes for Andor Season 2, so please no spoilers. I'm excited to watch it, though. Nope, different rules. Yeah, different rules. Culture American. They are very similar. They're very similar, but it is a new edition of the rules that changes things. What's up, Raja? How are you doing? People keep playing the previous edition, yeah. Or people just stop playing and they move on to other things. That's what I've been doing. I wanted to play the new edition of the rules, but I can't because my armies are all in the upcoming book that they've said was going to be released shortly after the edition started and haven't released yet. The edition came out the end of November. Lightning's looking good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Rune is the Easterlings. Yep. Fully edge highlighting? I have not edge highlighted anything. I'm doing the lightning, but the lightning is just squiggles. Just more smaller and smaller squiggles. How are you doing? Yeah, there's literally not a bit of edge highlighting on these minis. But I think that's it for my squiggles. I think I got lightning. Better than yesterday. That's good. That's good. Been a busy morning, yeah. Rune is in the east. Rune is the nation the Easterlings come from. Miss Freedom. Cook tea for the missus. Alright, alright. You have a good one, Pirate Gamer. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, alright. Do a little bit of dry brushing. Working lunch. Oh, that sucks. That's too bad. I'm gonna hit some barrels with a little dry brushing. This scrappy, decrepit old brush. Poor brush. No, the brush has its uses. I have two brushes just like this, actually. These ones, they start as like crappy base coating brushes, and then they move on to crappy wash brushes, and then they move on to crappy dry brushes. That's how it works. Let's do these smaller weapons first. Do the whole turret for a moment? Yeah, 1 second. They're very simple. Very simple. These are 3D prints, guys. These are not plastic minis. These are proxies, technically. So the turret. Underneath you can see the supports, but these don't matter. They don't matter much, so... we'll get these. It's cannon turrets. Very nice. Thank you. Keeping it simple. Yeah, dry brushing, dude. Dry brushing is where it's at. Even if you're doing a camo pattern, your Raptor, what I would do if it were, my camo pattern, I would paint in the pattern. I'm not sure exactly what your pattern is, but put all your base colors down on the pattern, and then wash your tank down, weather it down a little bit, and then you dry brush, like very roughly dry brush each of the colors back on their respective spots, and then take like a khaki color or like a sand color and do a quick like once over dry brush of the whole mini, just like a light dry brush, just capturing the edges and stuff, and it'll kind of weather that tank down again. It'll kind of blend everything together. That's my advice. Like, you're a solid painter. I think you know what you're doing, but that way you're not worrying about like, doing crazy highlights and putting a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking if you're doing like the GW type camo where they just do the big like swirly patterns on vehicles. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. You got to match your lava scheme, right? Lava planet scheme. I'm just using some black brown from Pro Acryl. This ends up being like my soot dry brush kind of color that I probably over rely on at this point. Try to keep the theme nice. Are you planning on playing the game too, your Raptor? I can't remember if you're like a gamer as well. I know you're like making kill teams and stuff. Was like your original start point. What paint are we using? I'm using Pro Acryl Black Brown for this little dry brush to get kind of soot and everything on the exhaust here. That's all I'm using. What's going on, Alan? For Tap, welcome. When to play? When you have an army? Yeah, that's fair. Fully painted. Is that your requirement? Fully painted minis only. Nice. Has anyone seen JD Hetch? No, I haven't seen him. Was he? I don't think he was in stream on Friday. He did say he's traveling a lot. I know he travels when it gets warmer out because he's an old retired boomer, so he's out partying, living the high life right now. So.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you.
Lightning looks amazing. Is this 3D printed or plastic? Hey, and thank you for the follow, Alan. This is 3D printed, actually. It's hard to tell sometimes, but when you look close, it gets pretty obvious that they're 3D printed. Yeah, no, not jealous at all, right? Yeah. Rest isn't really assembled. Okay, okay. Yeah, these crazy people retiring. Never gonna be able to retire, so. Support marks on the back. I wasn't sure. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's the back of these always prints a little rough. These holes in the bottom. These Predators especially, the supports are crazy thick on these minis, and I just printed the pre-support on this. It is yeah, pretty crazy. Are you I assume you're in the hobby. Do you 3D print? Do you play the games, you paint minis? What kind of stuff are you into, Alan? Your tanks for Horus Heresy. For my buddy Zendraw. Alright, we did that. I think we're good there. Let's do some of the lighting. We're going to start with a little bit of silver first, though. We're doing wrong as the boomers get to party and I'm still working. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Test automation platform. Oh, you work for the army painter? That's cool. Are you in Denmark then, Alan? Hey, Nomadic Chris Adams, welcome in. We got an army painter guy chilling. That's why he asked what kind of paint I was using. Oh, North Carolina, all remote. Oh, that's cool. Missed it by that much. Yeah. Hey, the army painter's from Denmark, guys, okay? So... 3D print farm called the Hobbyist Printer. That's cool. It's not like you're working for a miniatures company, right? And they probably wouldn't take too kindly to that, but... Yeah, I talk about Hobbyist Printer. That's what I do. I just print minis for me and some friends. Basically how it works. Samsonite was way off. Oh, man. Slappy Swanson. He just goes through the names. Yeah. If you guys are new here, you can choose to ignore my fingernails if you want. They are a bit ridiculous at the moment. We hit a Patreon goal, and I told Stream that my wife would paint my nails on stream. So we did that last Friday, and it's like slowly chipping off. But I think it's gonna be gone by the weekend. So, I'm just coaching kids soccer games and going to my post office that has one employee that I chat with, with my painted fingernails. Going to family events for Easter. It's been great. Only 10 in the States. Oh, gotcha. So you like a sales rep then? Like you say you work for the marketing department. You like travel around to like stores and stuff, try to advertise Army Painters products. I honestly can't think of a hobby store that doesn't sell Army Painter. Like they're pretty ubiquitous. Hopefully that means it's like a cushy gig for you. Let's get these little lights, a little bit of silver. Greensboro. Oh, okay, Raja. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you missed your retirement window. Yo, Raptor. Yeah, hi, Smiling Beagle. How you doing? We got quite a few people from North Carolina that jump in here.
First of all, let me take just a
Funny how
moment
those
to
final
thank you
touches
for
bring
allowing
everything.
me
Yeah,
back into your
yeah.
home.
Yeah, especially if you were here yesterday when they were just like dark blue bricks. And thank you for the follow, Nomadic Chris. I appreciate that. Where could be that process of product request? Gotcha. Well, from content creators, huh? I are a content creator. I don't paint with Army Painter very much. I do use some of their some of the speed paints for my vampire count minis. I use that, but about it. Gave your wife your first set of Army Painter? Wait, so like you pawned it off on her? Or what? I still like getting paid for my other hobby, but I do like having more time for the real hobby. That's fair. I'm gonna say this, and I know this isn't gonna be quite as controversial with the makeup of chat now. But if there are any Texans in the chat, close your ears or mute me for a second. But North Carolina has the best barbecue, hands down. I crave Carolina barbecue every day, every single day. I'm not saying I don't like other barbecue because I love barbecue, but give me a smoked brisket, give me ribs or whatever awful mayonnaise weirdness that Alabama comes up with chicken. That's also good, and I'll admit it, it's disturbing, but it's good. But nah, Carolina barbecue. The vinegar sauce, oh, so good. So good. Unsub, dislike, unfollow, refund, scam. Originally from California, yeah? See, the mustard base is one I don't care for as much. That's like the Georgia thing, right? Or I guess like if you're like Carolina Gold, isn't it like South Carolina or something? But I went to a barbecue place in Columbus, Georgia. We were visiting. My brother was he was in basic training in Fort Benning, and my family went down when he had his like graduation and stuff. And we're like, well, let's find a barbecue place. So we looked for like reviews, like what's the. And there's not a lot of barbecue. Columbus, Georgia is it's a dump. So to put it lightly, it's a a military base town. It is one sketchy town, but we're like, cool, this place has good reviews. Let's go there. So me and my brothers, we we drive out to this place. It was the filthiest restaurant I've ever been in my life, and it was two people at this counter and like just like killing flies everywhere, and like I'm pretty sure stuff was just sitting out on the counter, like food, and I tried it. I was like, this is not very good. Also, like I get the restaurant's dirty. It's got to be good because it's whatever. It's mom and pop place, but no, it was not. In New York for 7. Man, you're all over the place. You guys are traveling. All right, yo Raptor. Didn't like the. Oh, your lasagna's ready. Nice, dude. This is the lasagna king here. Always making lasagnas. You have a good one, yo Raptor. Yeah, we need to know what's your. Not to pick any one brand, but I find different brands, different properties, having some more matte, some gloss. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair, Nomadic Chris. Yeah. Yeah, Jacksonville doesn't have anything. That's fair. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I have some complaints about Army Painter. My biggest complaints are it seems to happen way more than it should. Also, guys, look at this. Look at this treasure of a paint I have. Look at this. Lamenter's Yellow Glaze. I have all 4 of these. Look at this. See this? Look at that. Look at that bloodletter. Yeah, you haven't been able to find these for years. I got Gilliman Blue and I got Waywatcher Green. It's good stuff. Anyway, my big issue with Army Painter is they will advertise a color. I've had this happen maybe 5 times or so, and I keep trying. I keep trying to the one speed paint I love. Yeah, there are a couple colors, and some of I go on rants about this sometimes, but I never painted this one piece silver. They'll advertise a color, and with their 2.0, it was so 1.0 they would advertise a color, and you could see the color, and they would say what was it? It was Sand Golem. You're like, oh, cool, Sand Golem. Like, man, I want a sandy contrast paint. Like, that's awesome. I'm gonna buy that. Like, a sandy contrast paint seems like so unique, and like it'll be really cool. And I know they dry really matte, so like it'll look like a good sandy color. And then you go to paint it, and it's orange. It's bright orange. And it made me so mad. I was like, I spent money on this. Like, why is this bright? Like, this is not sandy color. In the bottle it looks pretty orange, but it's like really dark, and you're like, it's a speed paint. Like, it's gonna have color that doesn't look exactly like it does when it finishes and everything. Well, I gave the 2.0 a shot, and I tried it out, and some of the colors are working pretty well, and then I get to another color, and I think it was Rigor Mortis. Give me a couple minutes, guys. I'll get it out. I'll show you guys the colors I'm talking about here. I was painting some undead, and I was like, man, Rigor Mortis is exactly the color I want. It's Warhammer Fantasy Vampire Count Ghoul Skin, and they describe it as like a pale greenish gray and everything, which is cool. They put the description on there and stuff. And I go to use the color, and it's khaki, and I was like, why is this? Why is this not? It's not at all what they show on the label, or what they have. So I don't know if there's like miscommunication or something between the label designers and the descriptions and the actual paint manufacturer or something. But those are the 2 most egregious examples of this color. I will show you guys the Sand Golem though. I imagine Army Painter probably just wants to forget about this color. This one color is the reason they made 2.0. See. Fanatic is also the same thing. Pure red turns way more pinkish and desaturate. Yeah. That's too bad. I haven't used any of the Fanatic paints. So I've used some of the Speed Paint 2.0s, but I haven't used the Fanatic paints. So I can't form an opinion on them. I do have, I don't know, maybe 10 of the Speed Paint, the 2.0 Speed Paints. And the metallic Speed Paints, incredible. The bronzes are a little janky because the colors are weird. But the Broadsword Silver and the Hoplite Gold, fantastic. And I regularly use those colors. Yeah, I like the Tyrian Navy as a staple for my colors. I like their different like bone colors they have in 2.0. But the Rigor Mortis 2.0 made me sad. That's what Pure Red should have been. Yeah. Okay, we did a coat of yellow for that, so let's we'll show off. Where's my favorite color? Yeah, so like I really like I like Pallid Bone. Like I have this sitting out. I got Tyrian Navy. The Hoplite Gold and the Broadsword Silver are probably my favorite. They don't have like a crazy contrast property, but it's just a really thin like one coat metallic, and I really like thin metallic paints. So that's always really nice to have that. I gotta dig for a second, guys. Hold on. Oh, there it is. There it is. First try. I got this out. Let me show you here. Citadel contrast, mostly on the brown side. Yeah. I have quite a few contrast paints, but I bought a lot of those when they first came out, and it was like the new hotness. So, all right. Let me just put this out there. If you have not used speed paints, don't judge everything based on this color. All right. Because this is the worst example I have seen of like an army painter paint, but there are really good speed paints, and some people swear by them. If you guys go watch Crucial Blue's stream, and a lot of you guys know who Crucial Blue is, go watch his stream. He uses speed paints incredibly. Like the guy is super talented at using them. He loves speed paints, but I'll show you. It's a little dry in here, but you can already see from the tip. You're like, but like you see this color. And you want this like nice, it's like a sand color, right? And this is 1.0, so they didn't have descriptions on here, but you're like, man, that is a perfect contrast color for like bases and stuff, like really good sand. You put this color out, and here I'll just put it on my hand here, but you shake it up well, and you put it out. It's iodine. That's the color. Yeah, like you spread it out, it's literally just an iodine color. And you see it's like nothing like the actual color. This one is particular, like I said, this is the most egregious one. I think even the Rigor Mortis people could argue like there's something in there, but this one was just one that was never I got this paint, I was infuriated just because I wanted a sandy color. And it's orange. Suratos is all about AP speed paints. Yeah, there's some great painters out there using speed paints. So microglazing, two brush blending. Yeah, it's really easy to blend speed paints and contrast paints and stuff. It's really fun to do with those. Okay, I'm gonna get out what is this? Angron Clear Red. I'm gonna do a little bit of Angron Clear Red. Yeah, that's my big gripe about speed paints. What's the command for the ransom note? Oh, what is it? I don't know. Is it exclamation point letter maybe? That might be it. Procro transparents. Yeah, the transparents are really cool. Oh yeah, there you go. There you can find a bunch of different commands. A lot of those commands are kind of like dead weight at this point, but yeah, I like the transparents. If you get the transparents in the glaze and wash medium, they become insane level of like contrast paint and glaze paints and stuff. And you'll never run out. The pigment is so strong in those paints that it's honestly kind of frustrating to use at first, because you use so little paint compared to medium to make them work in any capacity. Okay, a bit of red on there. You want the Nightbot. The Nightbot commands are the ones that... Do I just have a... I don't know if I actually just have a command, but if you look at the clips, you can link the clips. You should be able to link the clips. Yeah, it's yeah, you'd have to look up the clips. No, transparents are not they're not speed paint. The transparents are just super concentrated pigment with like a with like a clear medium. So they're not opaque. That's the only thing. I'll show you an example here in a second. Yeah, the pale sand, thank you. Yeah, getting the flip tops for the PA bottles is useful. It's worth it. Yeah, there's a clip, if you find it and link it, there's a clip of somebody sent me a letter in the mail that was using magazine clippings. Like a deranged serial killer would. And it's pretty crazy. But I showed it off on stream, and I think I explained the story a little bit. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what the transparent paint is like here in a minute. Get some red. Let me do another coat of the yellow here in a second, and then we'll do that. Are there sane serial killers? I don't know. Maybe there's some of them that probably have their faculties. You know, obviously you have a level of derangement to be a serial killer, I guess, but. Order off PA website sometimes so I get those caps. Yeah, you can. My local store sells the caps, so you know they sell them to retailers, so they're not impossible to find. $200. How many caps you buying for? How many paints do you have from PA? No, it's not $200. PA has less than 100 paints. They might have over 100. And it's $6 for 10 caps, so it'd be $60. $12? It's not $12 for 10 caps. No way. Unless that price seriously changed. Because I'm almost positive I was buying them for $6 for a package. PA is Pro Acryl. It's the brand. It's this brand by Monument Hobbies. Yeah, I have every paint but the I don't have the new AMP paints. Yeah, all my stuff has flip tops. And I do recommend it, but you know, if you don't want to spend the money, that's fine. And you know, if that's a big enough problem to not buy the paint, that's fine too. But yeah, I decided at one point just to get the try out the flip tops, and I've never looked back. I just grab them from my local store when I'm there. I'll grab a package or so just to kind of get ready, and then when I get new paints, The thing is, though, like, I keep the cap when I swap out a bottle of paint. So, like, I go through paint really fast because I paint a lot. When I swap the bottle, I just put the same cap back on the new bottle. It's $12 for 10 empty bottles. You don't need empty bottles, you just need the caps. Yeah, 6 for 10 caps. Yeah. Yeah, and I think there may be around 100 colors. Maybe around 100 colors. So $60, which I understand it's not doable for everybody. I get it. Hey Pone, how you doing, man? And thank you for the compliment, dude. Just getting some lighting on these dudes. Searched caps. Okay. Huh. Yeah, little hobby paint bottles are expensive. Yeah. I'll get some transparent. What transparent color you guys want to see? Green, purple, blue, orange, red, white, brown, black. We got yellow. Get some purple out. I'll show you how strong these paints are. They're crazy. Why not all? Just spend the rest of the stream. Yeah, they're in disarray. They're going. They're going. I need to cut my finger. My fingernails are so long. I hate it. I hate it so much. Curious about the white. All right, we'll get down white, and we'll get down purple. I like purple. Okay, so these are their transparent colors. And yeah, let me just put this. I'll just put a drop of this on the palette here. Put a drop of each. Dries out in the bottle a little bit. Okay, so purple. This is purple transparent paint. That's how dark it is. That's the transparent. But, you know, when you move it around more, you see where the transparent nature comes from. It is very, very strong pigment. My white actually started, I don't know if it's just in the cap or something, but it kind of dried out. A little sketchy. Let's see, let's mix this white up a little bit. So I'll use this purple for like, I'll make like my own contrast out of this purple. Yeah, it's Procro Transparents. And I'll mix like a tiny bit on my brush. So yeah, there's the white. So the white's much more like transparent in nature, right? The white is really good about like brightening up the colors. So if I mix a little bit of white with a little bit of purple, I'll show you. I will mix the tiniest bit on my brush, like I'll show you guys, like this much on my brush. That's how much I'll put on my brush, and then I'll do like maybe 50 times that of glaze, like big like dollops of this like glaze and wash medium. I'll show you like one. Let me get a palette here. Let me get a palette. I'll show you guys. This is all white and nasty, but let's see, glaze and wash medium. Let's do like one. Let's do two. Two big drops. This little brush of transparent purple. Watch the stuff mix in here. Look at this. Look how insane that is. You see the color that makes? Yeah. So you mix that really well, and then you put it next to it. And there it's like a nice, it's a nice transparent color. This would work well as a glaze or even like a contrast at this point. But you can mix like transparent medium, or not transparent, contrast medium in with it and everything. That's too much. Yeah, that's pretty thin. If you take like here, let's take a little bit of white here. Like I said, this white like thickened up a whole bunch. And we'll take a little bit of the purple. And we'll mix these together. And when you get a nice, take some of that medium and mix it in there. 141 PA paints. Okay, oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Star Laser, for figuring that out. Does that include like primers and stuff? Yeah. So. Yeah, the metallic medium is strange. I used to use it a little bit. I don't use it so much anymore. I think its best use is for brightening already metallic paints. So you have dark silver, you want it to be more mid-tone, you don't want to mix it with regular silver. Mix it with your the metallic medium. My experience with mixing it with regular colors is it doesn't quite turn them metallic. It makes them look like cheap nail polish. And I'll show you. I'll mix it with transparent. Transparent's probably the best use for it, but this is the metallic medium. Okay, so 161, yeah, so they have quite the line anymore. Okay, so I'm going to mix a little bit of this transparent purple in with the metallic medium. Let's see if we can get a little metallic color. The transparents are probably the best use for making them, a weird metallic with them. I'll just have something I can just paint just my hand. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, that one's actually pretty cool. It's kind of nail polishy, but I kind of like that. Okay, well there. All right, we got a cool metallic paint. I learned something new today. Anodized aluminum cut? What? Yeah, it gets the shimmer. Yeah, it has little like the like metallic pigment, metallic stuff. Yeah, it's a cool effect though. That one's pretty cool. I don't see what I would use this on in a normal like miniature paint, but there are plenty of people out there that would find things, like weird demons in their metallic paints and stuff. This reminds me a little bit of actually I like that color. I like it. You know what? Let's try. And you know what? Not just red. We need a little bit of orange, right? You can't just... Their pure red is really cool. Here, let's see. So this is their red. Yeah, so it's got almost like a pink or purple tone to it. So if we mix a little bit of orange, let's see if we can't make a metallic red. Scale 75 has nice color metallics. That's cool. I'm going to do one drop of each of these. I'll do one drop red, one drop orange. And then we'll put that metallic medium down. Trim units and cabling. Make them pop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's mix these two. Then we'll put it in the metallic medium. Let's see, 50-50, transparent orange, transparent red. How does this color look? Ooh, that's a good color, actually. That is a good red. Look at this. I'm just all colorful right now. Okay, so then we mix that in with the metallic medium. What's going to happen though, yeah, so the problem with this metallic medium is it brightens the color a lot. So you'll see this where it's almost like pink now. So this is our color with the metallic medium. And you see how it just like brightened everything up. Yes, it's not exactly like easy to use to make just like a straight up colored metallic. So I'd have to find a way to darken the red, keep it warm, and then add the metallic to bring it back to like this level. Yeah, or alternatively, thinning out the red with like glaze and wash medium and being able to glaze over minis with it. But that's also like you're kind of messing with a lot of different things to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to this this yellow glaze here. Yeah, let's do the yellow glaze. Gotta go, doll. Yeah, no problem, Smiling Beagle. You have a good one, man. Have a good one. I think I scared off the Army Painter employee. Sorry, Alan. It was nice chatting with you. I'm going to Nova this year. Nice. Yeah, we got some people in the community going to Nova. I hear it's always a good time. So I have never been. Waiting on painting a piece or two for a painting competition. That's cool. That's cool. What are you going to be painting? And Frank, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we painted lightning today on the Night Lord's tanks. So we're just kind of finishing them up. I think I'm just going to be on for a couple more minutes. I'm going to get myself a snack. And I have to go to the post office, and I have other chores and things to do. I have to contact some people about some things. So such is life. Best scale is bust, so I'm going to do one of those. Nice. That's cool. That's really cool, man. Painting busts is always intimidating, but I bet it's a lot of fun. I bet miniature painters like... I don't think there is definitely a transfer of skills, right? But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things you can do with a bust that you can't do with like a miniature. So just want a vibrant red in there. You know, 4 tanks in 2 days isn't too bad. Not bad at all. I'll share whip. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Post it up. If you're in the Discord, put it in there. If not, if you got like a link to Instagram or something, that's fine too. everybody can see. Take a look if you put it in the Discord.
Good job.
Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. I do have a Primarch I'm going to be painting somewhat soon, and we'll be assembling and painting him on stream, and then I may or may not have another Primarch coming at you guys in the somewhat near future. So I'm excited. People coming up to me asking me to paint Primarchs for them, so... So I'm going to be painting Conrad Kurz. That's my guaranteed Primarch I have that I'm going to be painting. So I have to assemble him and do all that. I might kind of assemble him on stream. We'll start that whole process. Yeah, so I have Kurz, and then I might have another one that I'm not going to mention yet for the sake of not cursing it. But yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, so Kurz has his lightning claws. The sculpt of him, his lightning claws, are each separate from his wrists. So you have to clean and like unwarp and glue in each individual lightning claw. It's incredible and horrible. I do not like that. But every Primarch that I've painted so far has had some kind of random nightmare thing that has been their thing. So, you know, if that's the worst that Kurz has to offer, I can't be too upset. Okay, so tanks. I like this one because it has like the darker kind of blast shield on the turret. But we have lightning. Man, that lightning kind of matches up almost right there. That's cool. That's cool. So... somewhat simple Night Lord's Predator tank. It is a Forge World East sculpt, yeah. Yep. If I get another one, I'm assuming the other one is going to be a legit Forge World mini that I'll be painting, but... okay, other Predator. We'll see if Zen... He said he's going to weather the tracks on his own. He's going to do stuff on the tracks, and then... he'll probably do some other stuff like transfers and things. But I am going to varnish these. I'll varnish them, kind of get them ready. But I'm happy with the lightning. I think it looks good. Turned out well. Zen is diligently working, painting 30 models right now in one big batch for Saturday. So, yeah. 3D print. I am incredibly proud with how these prints turned out. These rhinos, I complete in 2 prints. Each one of these guys is 2 prints, and they kind of have more severe lines here, which are kind of interesting how these lines pop up based on how they print. But yeah, I'm happy with these. The Predators were more difficult to print. They didn't take a whole lot more actual print space on the beds, but the supports were crazy on them, so that was a whole thing.
Good job.
But thank you for that. Appreciate it. Got those tips in Discord. Oh, cool. All right. There is a new Predator. So there are 2 new Predator movies coming, guys. One is an animated film called like Kill the Killers or something is what it's called. It looks kind of lame, to be honest, but I'll probably watch it whenever I get Hulu, just because it's Predator and I love the Predator series. There's another one that looks like it takes place in the future. What was it called? It's crazy. It's like a different planet, but like humans look all like futuristic and stuff. And yeah, there's something crazy going on with the other Predator movie. Badlands, that's what it's called. Yeah, coming out in October or something. So, guess I'll go see it. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to top Prey. Prey was an incredible movie. So. Yeah, fantastic stuff. All right, so let's look at the tips in Discord. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Incredible skin tones, dude. Incredible. Is that Wolverine? Yeah, it's fantastic work. Are you using oils or acrylics? Yeah, Prey was incredible. It's November when it comes out. Okay, November. Gotcha, gotcha. Snagged the Kurz model so I can paint when I get good enough in the future. I understand Noctum. Yeah, that's the thing about painting Primarchs, especially for the 30k armies. I feel like it's a much bigger deal because like the Primarchs are like it. Those are like the pinnacle of the game. And for your Legion, like your pinnacle mini is the Primarch. And like you want to put everything into it. And you want it to be the best looking mini you could ever make. And so it ends up like I think stopping people from painting them. Just melee. Okay, okay. But yeah, I think I don't know. Like eventually, like the whole thing is like just try it out. You know, like spend all the time need to on the mini and strip it down, repaint it, do what you need to do to make it work. But my Magnus, I spent about 40 hours between assembly and painting, which I have never done and haven't done since on a mini. I painted Fulgrim, and Fulgrim I think from start to finish was about 15 hours. So the difference between those two minis, and like Magnus was the first Primarch I painted, the first 30k Primarch, and is also like my Primarch, and like Magnus is my my Legion, right? My Thousand Suns. Those are my minis. So yeah, I was way more nervous about painting Magnus. Yeah, Mid Thunder. Yeah, she did a great job. No, Prey is an incredible movie. Yeah, Sevatar's really cool. Sevatar's a monster too. He can possibly take down some Primarchs in melee too, which is crazy. Take an image of the palette. Those are all acrylics. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, man. Using acrylics to paint these. Yeah, I would have guessed that they were oils, but fantastic job though. Maybe a little dyslexic. I'm sorry. I know. No, I'm just messing. I'm just messing, T Slayer. Listen, if you guys ever hear me making a joke about your typing, I am not honestly like making fun. I type like a toddler. All right. You guys ever see me in a Twitch chat talking to somebody? I sound like have like an IQ that like I'm not able to like physically take care of myself. Like it's bad. I misspell things. Everything, like I just type random whatever, like it's really bad. So, and I don't have the excuse of being dyslexic. I'm just really bad at typing. So yeah, so I think for today, I think we're gonna call it there. Also, if you guys want to see Death Guard rules and World Eaters rules, they've all leaked. So someone posted them in our gaming news channel. Was that Aslan? He posted the World Eater stuff, but the I saw the Death Guard stuff popped up. So if you want to see all the new rules, new 40k rules for those factions, yeah, check them out in there. I'm sure you can dig a little bit for the rest of the Death Guard stuff. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll be on Sunday night, and I'm gonna have something fun to paint. I'm sure. Yeah, we'll be doing something. We'll be doing something on Sunday night. I'm not totally sure, but we'll figure it out then.
First of all, let me take just a moment to
thank
you for allowing me back into your home.
Is that Enrom? Is that how you pronounce that? Welcome in. Yeah, no, it's great talking to you guys, and chat with me over the weekend, hang out in the Discord, post some stuff you're working on. I love seeing the work. I'll let you guys know how the Heresy games go. We'll be playing this weekend. But thank you guys for hanging out. I do have Instagram. I have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting somewhere else. And yeah, we got all that stuff. Blue Sky, Threads, all those things. But you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye, everybody.